If you are considering a good Newtonian telescope at a nominal budget, then a telescope that can be recommended as Celestron Telescopes' best buy option is the Celestron NexStar 130 SLT. What makes this scope of choice among the best buy class? Well, to begin with, this telescope is an upgrade from the 114mm Celestron scope. It has been increased to have an aperture of around 130 millimeters. Why Celestron Telescopes best buy recommended? And if you know about telescopes, you already know how important a scope's aperture is. And this upgrade means an increase of around 5 inches, which is just great. The greater the aperture, the more the camera view, the better the spectroscope, the more photons to your eyes. In simpler words, more clarity, more brightness, and much better viewing experience. Because the more the light a telescope absorbs, the better illuminated your view of the night sky, and higher the quality of viewing experience you are guaranteed. And the Celestron 130 SLT promises this and much more. Optics is another aspect in which this telescope scores when it comes to recommending it as one of Celestron Telescopes' best buy scopes. The Celestron 130 SLT is integrated with aluminized glass mirrors that have been well polished and well ground, a surprising and appealing factor considering the price range at which this telescope is made available. The secondary mirror is also held well in place to reflect more photons through eyepiece. On the whole, you are guaranteed a visual feast, and one that comes at a higher quality for the price you actually pay for it. What more could you ask for? This telescope is accompanied by 2 eyepieces. The 25mm makes viewing galaxies a pleasure, and it is accompanied with a lunar filter to guarantee clearer and better views of the moon. The 9mm eyepiece is considered ideal for gaining better insights on planets. The fact that this scope comes with 2 eyepieces ensures that you have greater possibilities when it comes to exploring the universe. And the eyepieces have been made to last for several years, ensuring that you can use them with compatible scopes in the future, or even use it for several generations. Generally, all telescopes require tuning at frequent intervals, and this is more in the case of reflector telescopes. The Celestron 130 SLT stands out from among other reflector scopes in this aspect. This telescope requires hardly any tuning or collimation, and guarantees sharp images, thanks to its well-aligned optical axis. The Celestron telescope comes with the sky-aligned system. Celestron's go-to feature to guide you through the night sky. This feature is especially beneficial to amateur and beginner astronomers, who more often than not have the least idea about the stars they are looking at through their telescopes. The telescope also offers around 4,000 sky objects in its database, including planets, stars, galaxies, star clusters, and nebulae. As a beginner, this is quite a lot to ask for, and by the time you have been through this database, you can pride yourself in no longer being a beginner. Considering all these aspects, and the fact that you can obtain this telescope within the $500 range, the Celestron NexStar 130 SLT can very well be considered one of Celestron Telescope's best buy options for beginner astro watchers.